And we continue to follow that breaking news. After protests and calls for his resignation this weekend, 35th Ward Alderman Carlos Ramirez-Rosa has stepped down from his position as council floor leader. He blocked Alderwoman Emma Mitz from voting on a sanctuary city measure last week. Anita Padilla is joining us now with more on that. Anita.
Yeah, that's right, Anita. Not only is the 35th Ward Alderman going to resign as the mayor's floor leader during city council meetings, but also his post as committee chair of the Zoning, Landmarks and Buildings Standards. That is effective December 1st. Now, other aldermen are saying that is just not enough. They say that he needs to go. He needs to completely resign from his position as an alderman here in Chicago. So to talk more about this is Alderman Raymond Lopez of the 15th Ward. Thank you so much for coming on this morning, Alderman, to talk more about this topic. Yeah, you know, you were one of the aldermen that from a group of Latino aldermen that told him he needs to go completely, or you were going to force him to leave. The mayor put out this statement, and he said he spoke to Alderman Ramirez-Rosa and Alderman Mitz over the weekend. He's satisfied. He agrees with this move to resign. You say it doesn't go far enough. Why?
Well, of course, the mayor is satisfied with with the statement and with the resolution they've come up with, because this avoids any further kind of controversy for his hand-picked floor leader and hand-picked zoning committee chairman. Look, there's been a question of the public trust ever since last Thursday's special city council meeting, when Alderman Ramirez-Rosa not only physically tried to restrain a colleague, but also sent out text messages to colleagues saying, don't come, don't worry, nothing's going to happen. He lied to members, he assaulted members, and then he threatened members as zoning committee chairman, saying that if you participate or if you vote for this measure, I'm going to withhold every zoning ordinance in your ward as long as I'm chairman. Those are threats. That's extortion. And to simply say that he could walk away on his own terms is not enough. He needs to be gone from city council, because he has completely eroded the trust given to him by the voters of the 35th Ward and has no place being in city council at this point.
All right, I want you to talk to us about what happened. I mean, you keep talking about, you know, there was an assault of some sort, that there was a moment between Alderwoman Emma Mitz, a long-time serving alderwoman, and this 35th Ward Alderman Carlos Ramirez-Rosa. What happened that the cameras didn't capture?
Well, on Thursday, there was a call for a special meeting, and in order to have any business move forward, you need 26 aldermen to be present in the chamber of the city council. We had 25, and from my vantage point at my seat, I could see in the doorway that there were at least 2 or 3 aldermen in the back room, 2 of which were Alderman Emma Mitz and Carlos Ramirez-Rosa. So while Alderman Beal was stalling on his motion, I ran in the back to see what was going on, only to find that Carlos was physically holding her and using his body to block her from gaining entrance to the chambers. I had to wedge myself to his back, lean into him, push him forward just to try and help Emma break free, at which point we were able to both walk in together and create the 26 members present for quorum to allow the business to move forward. Carlos has spent the better part of 4 days now trying to deny, deflect, and create alternate facts to try and say that did not happen. But in the end, the truth has come out, and he must be held fully accountable, not partially accountable, fully accountable, as well as Alderwoman Rosanna Rodriguez-Sanchez, who told the Black Caucus that she was going to file a sexual harassment claim against one of their members if they did not drop the pursuit against Carlos Ramirez-Rosa. It is unconscionable that the chairman of the Health and Human Relations Committee would fabricate a sexual harassment claim for political purposes. She too must be held accountable, as well as the investigation of the threats of withholding legislative action for political purposes by Carlos Ramirez-Rosa as well.
Wow, this is all very incredible developments that happened at City Council. Alderman Raymond Lopez, I want to thank you very much for coming on the show this morning. I know that this is going to continue tomorrow. Again, you're going to try that quorum again. We will see what happens tomorrow morning. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Nina.
All right.